The Lights are 4-1 overall.
Yeah, the Lozier Center had this kind of gritty-ish feel to it, but so did we. Not only the women's basketball program, but all the sports programs before us. I think it's very important that we recognize the history of the building.
So if I was describing the Gordon Lozier Center, tough, resilient.
Lozier's taught me that there's been a lot of history here. There's been a lot of winning spirits and winning champions. We're a family here.
Some of those older baseball teams, the volleyball teams, the men's basketball team, we wouldn't have been able to start our program, and really appreciate all the blood, sweat, and tears that was put into Lozier.
You have a job and a responsibility to other number on that wall to win and add a banner. That's the ultimate goal at the end of the day. And it reminds you just all the history, the 40, 50 years that we've had here at Bellevue and all the winning that we've done there.
The reason I chose to come to this school and be a part of the program was players on the team, the coaches, the environment.
I think just because I walked through that gym on my recruit visit, practicing in there, so many memories, taking out the roof, taking out the lights. When you walk into the gym, it's just you feel a lot of love in that gym.
If the gym was a person, I'd probably give it a big hug.
And I had to say goodbye, I would just give him a giant dap-up hug.
The time and all the memories I've had there have been so many good memories.
Having those moments like every other athlete does in the Golden Lozier Center, but it's playing games and practice. It's something we're gonna hold for the rest of our lifetime.
Association Player of the Year fittingly wins it with the final kill. The Bruins win the match 25-23 in set number 3 to sweep the Dakota State.
Thank you very much on behalf of Bellevue University Esports.
On behalf of men's basketball, we just want to say thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you on behalf of Bellevue University Softball.
On behalf of the men's soccer team, we want to say thank you to everyone that contributed to making this facility a reality.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can't wait to get started.
Thank you very much for the new facility. This is going to be a game changer.
Number 32, Leon Sayers, the fourth. And head forward, a 6'5" junior from Chinook, Montana, number 33, Oscar Pula. The Lights are coached by head coach Sean Houston in his 24th season, assisted by Cody Winlant and Owen Smith. And now here's the starting lineup for your Bellevue University Bruins. At guard, a 5'11 senior from Hayward, California, number 2, J.J. Montgomery. At guard, a 6'3 senior from Chicago, Illinois, number 11, Ahmad Bynum. At guard, a 6'5 senior from Oakland, California, number 12, Jaden Phillips. At forward, a 6'6 junior from Phoenix, Arizona, number 15, Liam Thompson. And the man in the middle, 6'8 senior from El Dorado Hills, California. Say hello to number 55, R.J. Smith. The Bruins are coached by head coach Lucas Gabriel in its 7th season, assisted by Connor Dukes, Jarrell Norman, and Vinny Belcaster. It's time to play ball.
All right. Thanks for the introduction to the starting lineups. The Bruins in their home white uniforms with purple and gold trim. The visiting Lights in maroon and gold. Bellevue Bruins, Montana State Northern Lights. Opening possession into the hands of the Lights. And near the half-court line, it's saved by Leon Sayers, the 4th.
Now Bruins going out here in a man-to-man defense.
Sayers' first shot too high off the board. Good defense by Liam Thompson. The glass cleared by R.J. Smith. Jaden Phillips for Thompson. Now to Ahmad Bynum. Drive shot blocked inside by Oscar Pula.
That's something you don't see too often. Ahmad Bynum getting blocked. Good defense possession for the Lights.
Quickly down the floor come the Lights. Entry pass from Leo Sewell to Leon Sayers, the 4th. That'll result first foul of the game. That'll go against R.J. Smith. And it'll be a shooting situation, so Sayers, 6'7 senior from Spokane, Washington, will head to the line.
Yeah, I talked about in pregame, one of the players that Bellevue's going to look to stop today, averaging 5.8 rebounds a game, added with 15.4. He's a senior forward, and yeah, he's been one of the leading scorers and a very good volume shooter for the Lights.
A perfect 11 for 11 from the free throw line on the season is Sayers. He puts the first 2 points on the board this evening. Bruins back to work on offense. Here's R.J. Smith. Over to Jaden Phillips. Jaden release for 3. Nothing but net. Jaden the first basket for the Bellevue Bruins.
Yeah, and that's Jaden Phillips' shot. Shoots a really good clip from the three-point line at 40% so far in this season. He's going to be doing that a lot this game.
Jaden averaging 19.5 points per game. It's been kind of a competition between him and Bynum, who averages 22 points per game for the lead on the season. The pass into the bleachers. First turnover against the Lights. Lights, a derivative of Northern Lights, Montana State Northern University. We were able to see the Northern Lights here in the Nebraska area last week because of that solar storm. Kick out pass, J.J. Montgomery for 3. Partially deflected off the side of the board. J.J. follows his shot, drives it into the lane, blocked out of bounds.
Yeah, and that was definitely a sight to see, seeing the Northern Lights out here. I went the day after. It was really good to be viewed, so I didn't get to see it very much. But, hey, I got to see the Northern Lights play some basketball against the Bruins.
My wife and I and some friends vacationing up in Canada and Montana in September, and we were hoping to see the Lights there, but no solar flares while we were there. RJ loses the hand and gets it right back. The baby hook up and in. A fortunate bounce off of somebody's foot right back to RJ.
How about that from RJ Smith? Losing the ball, gets a gift right to him, but able to still keep it, put it up and in, and 5-2 lead for the Bruins.
Back to work. Go the Lights. The women's team known as the Skylights. The men's team known as simply the Lights. Blocked inside. Ahmad Bynum with the deflection, and Liam Thompson coming away with the basketball.
Already a couple turnovers for the Lights, and Bruins have been able to take advantage.
Bruins defeating Dakota State last week. Northern defeating Providence last week. Bynum pulls up off the mark there. Rebound to Austin Ramos.
Yeah, not the best shot there for Ahmad. Didn't have a lot of much space there.
As you said, Leon Sayers, he's a volume shooter. He knocks down that tray. We're tied at 5.
One thing interesting, the Lights are not going to shy away from being on the road. So far in this season, the Lights have not played a home game at all, so coming to any environment is going to be too big for them.
4-1 is their record. They also had 2 other exhibition games. One they won, one they lost against upper division opponents. Off the mark with the shot. Back to work go the Lights. Here's Ramos, top of the key, guarded by Smith. Trying to set a screen. Nothing available there. Drive to the basket. Nice separation there by Austin Rama, or by Cinque Maxwell for the basket.
Yeah, really good job right there to kind of find the open lane and able to get that bucket up and in, taking a 7 to 5 point lead.
Here's Ahmad Bynum, spin move near the elbow. Jaden Phillips has a three-pointer already to his credit. A little fade away from near the free throw line. That's no good. A whistle blows in the battle for the rebound. And that's going to go against one of the Lights players.
Yeah, and R.J. Smith, he's always going to battle for every single rebound down low, using his aggressiveness and able to draw the foul there.
Oscar Pula picks up his first personal foul. Into the game for the Bruins comes Jermaine Halliburton and Deng Jal. And also coming in is Jake Lena. A couple of guys in for the Lights as well. Try to get those names to you as soon as they touch the basketball. Here's Lena. First year as a Bellevue Bruin after starting his career as a Midland University Warrior. Also played football there for the Warriors.
Yeah, it's good to have a big football body like that down low. That can help out with anything, shedding for some rebounds.
Halliburton loses the handle of the basketball. The turnover gives it back to Northern.
Halliburton had a pretty good game last time out against Dakota State, scoring 10 points on 4 for 9 shooting. Look for him to be the main 6-man off the bench for the Bruins this year.
Trayson Gilat and Luke Holacek, the subs in during that last stoppage for the Lights. There's Holacek setting the screen up top. Bruins switch on defense. Loose ball on the floor. Lena throws his body on top of it and comes away with the steal. Here's Bynum into double team. The shot won't go down. Deng Jal tries to keep it alive. Loose on the floor. It's a scrum. And will it be a jump ball or will it be a timeout? They're going to say timeout, or excuse me, a jump ball. Both thumbs up in the air. Possession arrow pointing to the Bruins.
Yeah, that ball was on the ground for both teams to get for the picking, and good thing they didn't call a timeout there because I don't think the Lights had any possession at all on there. But another turnover by the Lights, 3 so far in this game. Bruins got to start taking advantage and getting some points off turnovers.
It'll be Bellevue possession. Looks like they're going to say underneath rather than on the side. Bynum, the trigger man. First-year Bruin out of Chicago, following in the footsteps of his brother Jerome. Here's Lena, kick out pass. Deng Jal, a three-point attempt. That's good. Deng Jal converts on his first basket attempt.
And Deng Jal last time out, he scored 100% from the field, scoring 2 3-pointers.
Lena harassing on defense against Maxwell. Maxwell cuts inside, the head fake. Gets the basket on the assist from Trayson Gilat. 1 point lead. We've already had a couple of lead changes in the first almost 5 minutes of action in the first half. Here's Jal working his way down the lane. Left-handed shot or pass. We'll call it a pass to Jake Lena. Hard to see the angle from here. Shot clock down to 7. Halliburton with the shot, no good. Jal tried to keep it alive, but a good save underneath by Holacek.
I mean, Deng Jal will definitely say that was a pass.
Quick release, three-point attempt. That's no good off the miss by Gilat. Bruins with the rebound. Back into the offensive set go the Bruins. That offensive set means a three-point shot from Ahmad Bynum.
Good job there for Ahmad Bynum, taking a dribble to the left, get some space, and a quick turnover from the Lights.
A little bit too much on that pass. Let's just get that here. And we'll have our first media timeout of the first half. 14:39 remaining in half number 1. The Bruins up by 2 points, 11-9.
Yeah, and a fast-paced start to this first half. And so far, the Lights, they've shot pretty well, but going 60%, but the shot differential was a bit crazy. 5 shots so far for the Lights, 13 shots for the Bruins. The Bruins only shooting 31%. But so far in the early going, it's got to be the turnovers. 4 turnovers already in the first 5 minutes here. And Bruins just got to start taking some points off of them, and with only having a 2-point lead.
We saw that shot differential in the women's game that preceded this men's game as well. A victory for Montana State Northern. The Montana women had almost 20 more shots in the game than the Bellevue women did, and that helped lead them to the victory in that one. Timeout gives the opportunity for the coaching staffs to talk to their team. Lucas Gabriel, Bellevue's head coach, now in his 7th season. 2 first-year assistants, former Bellevue player Connor Dukes and newcomer Jarrell Norman. And back for another season is assistant coach Vinny Belcaster, another Bellevue former player whose career was cut short by injury Sean Hughes in his 24th year, the head coach at Northern. His assistants are Cody Winlet and Owen Smith. And I told Owen Smith I'd give him tip of the cap because he's the guy that helped us with the pronunciation of the players for the Lights. Thanks, Owen. Appreciate it.
Kind of slow getting back out on the court here, just trying to get everything managed. But so far, a good start for Ahmad Bynum, scoring those 3 points. Really good move there.
I don't know what the issue is, but both teams going back to their respective huddles. Don't know if we have an equipment problem down at the scorer's bench or whatever.
Yeah, it looks maybe something with the roster here. It could be maybe looking like
one of the assistant, and that is Owen Smith with his phone out showing something to the official scorers down below. I don't know if the Bruins had a substitution infraction or if so, that would be a technical foul.
Yep, there's a technical foul, Nick.
Hey, I guessed right. First time for everything. It'll be Jaden Phillips at the free throw line to shoot the technical foul against Northern. Not sure what the issue was. Maybe we can figure it out. It just simply says technical foul on team. So it must be some sort of substitution infraction. And anyway, we'll carry on as Phillips makes the free throw, and the Bruins with a 3-point lead. They also get possession of the basketball. And here we go, back to work.
And anytime you get some free points like that, you got to take advantage, and the Bruins do.
Halliburton with the basketball, top of the key, bounce pass inside. R.J. Smith making himself available, sealing off the opponent, and a good job by Jermaine to find him.
R.J. Smith already with more points than he had last time out against Dakota State, up to 4. R.J. Smith kind of part of the big 3 for the Bruins and a really big key for this team.
R.J. averaging just under 11 points per game. Pass to the corner. Drive to the basket by Ramos. No good. R.J. with another rebound, and the Bruins a chance to extend their current 5-point lead.
And Halliburton with some good defensive intensity there. He's gotten a lot of steals over his career in basketball and someone to be reckoned with on the defensive end.
Here's R.J. using his body, using his muscle, works his way inside. The defender never was able to get his feet established against that powerful onslaught of R.J. Smith.
R.J. Smith using all the strength he has in the tank, getting it through there. And, he maybe heard me only saying he scored 2 points last time out because he has a point to prove, it seems like, in this first half against the Lights.
Foul goes against Leon Sayers. That'll be his first, second team foul. RJ with the chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play. And he converts. RJ, a really good free throw shooter, 81% on the season. Big men oftentimes struggle at the free throw line, but RJ's done a nice job this year. Top of the key, here's Ramos. Now working inside. Little quick hook, up and in. The basket by Luke Holacek.
Yeah, the hook, one of the tougher shots to defend in basketball, and that one kind of went on the rim a bit, but able to go down, cutting this lead to 6.
Deng Zhao with the basketball for the Bruins. Now to Halliburton, again to RJ. Working one-on-one, little baby hook falling away. That's a different shot in the arsenal of R.J. Smith. We oftentimes see that right close in. That time kind of a fadeaway hook from the right side.
R.J. Smith with a fantastic first half so far. Lights are going to have to try to find some adjustments on him.
Donovan Avery able to maintain possession of the basketball. Out of this near corner, that's going to be another turnover. As Austin Ramos was on the sideline paint. Jake Lena back in. J.J. Montgomery back in for the Bruins.
And Coach Gabriel showing some intensity there on the bench. He did a big fist to the air after that one.
Intensity is Coach Gabriel's middle name, I think. 5 turnovers against the Lights so far, only 1 against the home team.
Great start for the Bruins so far, getting it done on the offensive and defensive end.
Ahmad Bynum using the screen from Jake Lena. It's off the mark, however. Holacek with the defensive rebound.
Yeah, the game's moving really fast right now for the Lights. They got to try to find some way of slowing it down a bit. And almost on a travel right there for the Lights.
Jalot somehow got away into the middle there. Here's Jaden Phillips working on defense against Holacek. The shot able to get up and in. Good aggressive work by Luke Holacek to convert on that one. He's got a couple of buckets. 19-13 our score. Here's JJ into the lane. Cut off there. Bruins will reset the offense. Jaden Phillips right side. Shot. Contact made. Whistle blows. Hand in the air. That means a foul is upcoming.
And imagine that, Jaden Phillips getting hitting the floor. Seems like something he's done almost every game this year is finding this way to fall down there. But good way to draw the foul.
Jeffrey Chelgi will pick up the foul. Phillips to the free throw line, and another good free throw shooter for the Bruins, 86%.
Phillips coming off a 15-point performance against Dakota State, added that on with five rebounds and had an assist to his name. He's been seeing himself score in the 20s a lot, so trying to get back there tonight.
Keon Silliman into the game for the first time. Cinque Maxwell checking back in. And both converted by Jaden. The lead grows to 8 points in the early going.
And you wouldn't be able to tell by the score, but the Lights are shooting 63% from the field.
But the Bruins having about 10 more shot attempts, so pull-up jump shot is good. Count the basket for Cinque Maxwell from University Place, Washington. A couple of Washington guys. Make that 5 Washington guys on the roster for Montana State Northern. JJ into the lane. Tries to get it outside, but pass is stolen away. Holacek with the steal. Jaden Phillips almost had the steal.
Kind of got a mismatch here on the outside. Good switch for the Bruins right there.
Silliman with the basketball, now into the corner. Holacek looking inside to the post player, Donovan Avery. Shot clock down to 5. Into the hands of Maxwell. Pull-up jump shot, too short. J.J. Montgomery, one of the smaller guys on the floor, comes away with the rebound. Yep, and there's an ill-advised pass laying in the weeds was Cinque Maxwell. He'll get the steal and the jam.
Yeah, they seem to be happy with that dunk on the other end, but some ill-advised passes leading to the turnover. And, you know, Bruins are playing really good, but now it's only a 4-point game.
Bellevue has made 4 of their last 5 field goals. So the offense is doing well. Take away that last turnover, just their second of the game. Jaden Phillips, hang time shot. And that's going to be a whistle. A couple of bodies on the floor, including Jaden.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be called on Jaden. Just kind of jumped in the air there and fell on the other guy. Just accidental foul there, but nonetheless going to be Northern Lights ball.
Phillips picks up his first personal foul, just 2 team fouls for Bellevue. Northern has 3 team fouls as we are nearing the halfway point of the first half. 10-10 symmetrical time on the scoreboard. I think I might have just discovered what that technical is about. In our program here, we have Jeffrey Cheldi as number 22, but in reality, he's number 23. That's what we'll go with anyway.
Yeah.
Here's Maxwell. Again, shot clock winding down. Shots from the corner. That's no good, but second chance opportunity on the rebound by Maxwell.
A couple second chance opportunities for the Lights.
Head fake and drive, swatted out of bounds by Dengjal. Silliman had a couple of good looks on that play, but couldn't get it. The long arm of Dengjal sends it out of bounds. We are at our second media timeout of the first half. 9:41 to go before halftime. The Bruins with the early lead, 21-17.
Yeah, so far the Bruins at the start of this half did a really good job, but the Lights are starting to come back a little bit. The Bruins right now having 0 points in the last 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Maxwell's been really good for the Northern Lights. He's shot 4 for 5 from the field with 7 points. And the Bruins only at 39% shooting, so they've been able to rack up a lot of turnovers so far in the early going. They've had a 5 with 8 points off of them, but still a 4-point matchup here.
Bruins leading scorers have been very consistent on the season. Ahmad Bynum and Jaden Phillips have been above the 10-point mark in all 6 of the games. And in fact, Ahmad has been above 20 points per game in 5 of the 6, and Jaden above 20 in 3 of the 6. So putting points on the board. Hey, Kurt. Jake's parents joining us here, giving the son a little love, huh?
Yep, trying to do that.
Jake's dad, Kurt, and I grew up in the same South Omaha neighborhood back in the day, the Brown Park area. As we're back to the action, as we I trip down memory lane. Here's Avery trying to find some space. Jaden Phillips with the interception. Another turnover against the Lights. That's number 6 on the game, and then the Bruins turn it over. Here's Maxwell. Feeds inside, no good on the pass inside. Leon Sayers missed the layup, but they're going to say the contact made. The ball looked like it came through the hoop from underneath, but foul will go against R.J. Smith, and that's his second personal foul.
Yeah, good try on the drive there from Sayers, but able to stop it there. But that's one thing the Bruins didn't want, getting a turnover, but then giving it right back on the other end.
Donovan Avery at the free throw line misses the first. Here's Jake Lena coming back in, giving R.J. a rest with those 2 fouls. And Austin Ramos back in for the Lights. And the second free throw is converted. 21-18. Bruins had a 7-point lead. That's now dwindled to 3. Phillips behind the back dribble. And contact made. Whistle's going to go against one of the Lights. Number 23, that is Jeffrey Cheldy.
A little bit of foul trouble for the Lights here as we get to the second part of the first half. They got 4 fouls on the game so far.
Bruins haven't scored in almost 3 minutes. And as I say that, Ahmad Bynum makes me eat those words, a little runner in the lane.
Now trying to do a little bit of pressure from the Bruins. You know, Lights have been moving fast a bit. Anything you can slow them down with will be good.
Polacek against Lena inside. That goes off the hands of Deng Jal out of bounds. Northern will retain possession. Inbounds play for the Lights. Here's Maxwell. Excuse me.
Shot clock's running low here for the Lights. That's happened a few times this game.
Polacek splits the defenders, able to get it up and in. He's been the guy carrying the load offensively. Luke Polacek, the junior out of Spokane, Washington.
Looked like Coach Gabriel was looking for a travel on that one. Wasn't too happy about it.
Jake Lena in good position underneath. Finds space, goes up and in. First basket of the evening for Jake.
Good job by Lena there, just showing all his strength there to get to the other side of the bucket and getting up and in.
Here's Austin Ramos. He's been pretty quiet in the first half, but there's Polacek again cutting to the basket for another basket.
Polacek's been really good for the Lights. Been able to get to the rim multiple times this game.
8 first half points for Polacek. Foul on the drive to the basket. That will go against Leon Sayers, the 4th.
So far on this season, Polacek, the 6-foot forward out of Washington, he's averaging 9.8 points a game, but shooting 60% from the field. So not surprised that he's been able to get down and take high percentage buckets.
Here's Bynum. fadeaway shot, a little bit too short. The rebound into the hands of Jeffrey Cheldy. Drive to the basket, won't go down. Tip back out, nice play inside to kick it out. Holacek misses from distance. Bynum tips it over to Montgomery. The Bruins back to work on offense.
Holacek also shoots good from the three, shooting 70% this season. Hasn't taken too many, but he's able to knock them down if given.
And that's off the body. It'll be an over and back. Nope, they say no tip. Montana State fans not happy with that, but they say it was tipped last by a light player. Pull-up jump shot. Jermaine Halliburton knocks it down.
Good job right there from Halliburton, being able to get in the open space and score his first bucket of the game.
Bruins able to maintain a lead. Now back up to 5. Here's Jalot. He'll leave it off for Ramos. Now working inside to Holacek. Uses his size advantage, but the shot won't go down. Cleared by Ahmad Bynum. Running the floor. Akol Nagor checked into the game during the last stoppage of play. He's running the floor, rewarded with a nice pass. Can't get it to go down, but he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Akol averaging 4.3 points per game. He's played in 3 of the 6 games so far for the Bruins.
Yeah, right away on cue, getting into this game, checking in, hasn't played too much, but getting a transition, a chance, and drawing the foul, that's going to be good for him.
Liam Thompson and Jaden Phillips back into the game for the Bruins. Nagor out of Blue Springs, Missouri. And makes both free throws.
The Bruins don't use a lot of players on their bench. So far this season, they've only really run an 8-man rotation in games that are a little bit closer.
Bellevue a perfect 8 for 8 from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, that's something any coach, especially Coach Gabriel, is going to be happy with them making it from the line.
Let me change that, 6 for 6. It's still perfect,
yes,
no matter
perfect.
how you look at it. Here's a shot from distance, a three-pointer by Trayson Jalot.
Now another good score for the Lights, averaging 9.2 points per game. Doesn't shoot it very well. He's only shot 21.4% from the 3, but getting it that time in a big one.
J.J. Montgomery trying to drive right side, not available, so we'll kick it back out to Phillips. Jaden in a similar path, no good, but the follow by Akol Nagor. The slam home excites the Bellevue fans.
Good spark off the benches, Nagor, so far, getting that free throws, and now with the big dunk. Something built some momentum for the Bruins, now by 6.
Drive down the baseline. That's foul's going to be called. Montana State wants a goaltending call. And the officials will talk about that. Was it on its way down? If it is a goaltend, if not, it's not.
Yeah, from this angle, it looked like it was a little lower than the 10. I didn't think it'd be high enough for a goaltend. It wasn't that close to the bucket. And yeah, they're gonna say just regular 2 shots.
We might have an official review here. Oh, not a review. They're going to say count the basket.
Oh.
To me, it looked like it was on its downward trajectory to the basket. So if that's the case, it's goaltending against Nagor, I believe.
Looks like they're still looking at it a little bit. I'm not entirely sure if they for sure called it 2 points. Oh, they're checking who foul was on. It's going to be on Jermaine Halliburton.
So 1 shot here at the made basket on the goaltend. Jalot, no good. Holacek, however, able to muscle the rebound. 3-point attempt is good by number 3, Austin Ramos. And a timeout called by the Bellevue Bruins. Lucas Gabriel not real happy with the last couple of events that have transpired, and that brings the Lights back to within 1 point at 31-30.
Yep, the Northern Lights now 3 out of their last 3 from the field. Bruins had that 6-point lead, but kind of a big possession. They're getting it to down by 4 and then making that 3 off of the offensive rebound from the free throws. And just like that, we got a 1-point basketball game.
And the Lights getting their fair share of shots here as of late. We talked earlier about the Bruins with a 10-shot advantage, but now it's just a 1-shot differential. The Lights 12 out of 23, the Bruins 11 out of 24.
So they kind of settled in a little bit. The Northern Lights in the first 5 minutes had 5 turnovers, but as we conspire through the next 10 minutes after that, only having 1 more than that. So kind of slowing down on the turnovers a little bit has 100% helped them, as the Bruins are up to 4 turnovers. But without having as many turnovers, it kind of helps with the shot differential a bit. And now them up being to 52% from the field, they're coming back a little bit in this game.
Got a medium-sized crowd on hand tonight, we'll call it that. Not a ton of folks, but a few have worked their way down from Havre, Montana. The maroon and gold-clad sweatshirts and jerseys. We see a few sprinkled in the crowd. First year for the new Bellevue University Fieldhouse. First time the Bruins and the Lights have met. They'll be meeting quite a bit from here on in conference play. Home and away series, so each school will play the 11 other schools home and away. So 22 conference games on the season.
And we kind of talked about it in the women's game, but travel's going to be a lot different for the Bruins now being in the Frontier Conference. Going to see how they kind of do when they travel. You know, Bruins have played a lot of home games so far.
Jaden Phillips misses a shot inside, but a whistle blows on the battle for the rebound. It'll go against one of the Lights, and that will go against Luke Holacek. Holacek and Sayers, both from Spokane, Washington. 7th team foul. 1-and-1 situation here for Jaden Phillips.
Got to take advantage of these 1-and-1 situations. Being already in a 1-and-1 here with still 5 minutes left in the first half. Got to be able to make them.
And a rare miss for Jaden on the front end. 1-point ball game. Montana State with an opportunity to take the lead or tie it. Holacek denied the look inside. Here's Jalot, point guard, working against Liam Thompson, spins. And there's going to be a 30-second shot clock violation on head coach Sean Hughes off the bench. That seemed like an awful quick 30.
Yeah, it did. And looking.
And now we'll have a conversation over here at the scorer's table.
You know, my first couple games I've called here, they haven't gone to the monitor at all. And
well, it wasn't available until last week. We're still trying to get all the bells and whistles and things working properly. So
yeah, but already that monitor's getting some work in already.
So they say not a 30-second shot clock violation. Put 10 seconds back on this possession, and I think that was kind of a compromise. And Jake Lena and Ahmad Bynum and Deng Jal check back in during this stoppage. Last year, Lucas Gabriel liked to do that hockey line change of 5 players subbing in at the same time, and we haven't seen that at all, I don't think, this year. 3-point attempt, that one's no good. Loose ball on the floor, picked up by the Lights. Here's Maxwell on the drive, separates, and up and in. Step through by Cinque Maxwell for the bucket, and the Lights have the lead by 1.
A 7-0 run right here for the Lights. Bruins need to get a bucket here to get that lead back.
Liam Thompson for a 3-pointer, no good. Nice job by Deng Jal for the rebound. A fresh 20 and a second chance opportunity for the Bruins. Here's Jaden Phillips over to this near side. Deng Jal into the lane, feeds Liam Thompson and the basket. Liam with the bucket. Deng with the assist.
Good set of passing there from the Bruins and able to get the easy bucket for Liam Thompson, take this lead right back.
4th assist of the game for the Bruins on 12 made baskets, so that 33% is a little lower than what the Bruins normally do. Maxwell once again works his way to the hoop and collects another basket.
Yeah, good pump fake right there. Deng Jal, one of the best shot blockers for the Bruins, was able to fall for that one.
Ahmad Bynum into the lane, the short jump shot up and in. So the offensive intensity is picked up a bit here over the last couple of minutes. 3:20 remaining in the first half. Bruins with the 1-point lead. Here's Holacek. Gives it off. Back to Holacek. kick out pass. 3-point attempt on its way. Maxwell off the mark that time. Jake Leno with the rebound for the Bruins.
Looks like there's been more of a focus to double team Holacek down low. He's done a good job here in the first half.
Jaden Phillips with a nice move through the lane and off the left side of the glass. And a timeout called by Montana State Northern head coach Sean Hughes. 2:49 before halftime. The Bruins have got that lead back up to 3 points at 37-34.
Yeah, just like that, the response of the Bruins after going down in this game has gone 3 for 3. Yeah, Coach Gabriel will be happy with that one, and Northern Lights having to take a timeout there after a quick 6 buckets for the Bruins.
Cinque Maxwell takes over the team scoring lead for Northern. He has 12 points. Luke Holacek with 8. They're the top 2 scorers. For the Bellevue Bruins, R.J. Smith with 9. Most of those points coming early in the half. Jaden Phillips, with 8, and Ahmad Bynum with 7.
Well, Bruins again coming out with a little bit of a press look. Coach Gabriel seems to do this a lot, just try to slow down any team that they can. And the Lights, pretty good offensive team overall, averaging 80 points per game on the season.
Lights avoid the double team trap, but it takes 6 seconds off their 30-second shot clock. Holacek lost his balance, able to keep that heel, I guess, as his pivot. Here's Maxwell driving down the lane. He's been carrying the scoring load for the Lights here in the last 5 minutes or so.
The Bellevue bench was not happy with that at all. Definitely thought that was a travel on Holacek. But Lights able to take advantage, get a bucket, be down by 1.
Phillips inside to Lena, to Thompson in traffic, and that's going to be a foul. Liam Thompson will head to the free throw line.
That's the second time this game that they've been able to kind of pass it down low and get Liam Thompson with the lane. And better job of guarding it there from the Lights, but Thompson still able to draw the foul.
Foul goes against Keon Silliman, another Washington guy on the roster. Thompson with 2 free throws here, misses the first. Liam not a big scoring threat for the Bruins, averaging about 3 points per game, but does a lot of the dirty work. He'll hit the glass, he'll assist to his teammates. 50% free throw shooter on the season, 50% free throw shooter that trip. 3 points for Liam so far tonight, nearing the 2-minute mark. Bruins switch on defense.
I'll be interested to see the Phillips versus Holacek matchup here.
Jaden Phillips draws the assignment here. Maxwell drives, uses the screen by Avery. Shot won't go down. Thompson with the rebound. Bruins pushing ahead. Phillips release for 3 shot. 3 points, no good. Tip around inside. Holacek coming away with it.
That was a tough shot right there from Phillips. Not a lot of space there. He ended up falling over. I didn't know if there was much contact. Wasn't able to see.
Lights back to work. Here's Jalot into the lane. Kick out pass to Maxwell. He finds a way to the basket, but throws it into the middle. Jaden Phillips with the steal.
Turnover starting to pick up again for the Lights, now up to 8 on the game.
Jaden to Lena. And his pass is intercepted by Austin Ramos. Ramos trying to spin ahead. 1-man advantage for the Lights. Holacek 3-point attempt, no good. Phillips with another board. And we're under a minute to go. Bruins will slow down the pace. Jaden with 8 points, 2 rebounds so far tonight. Bruins look like they're going to try to hold, run it down. On second thought, we'll just let Jaden Phillips knock down a 3-pointer.
Yeah,
Jaden has that very calm, often flat-footed 3-point look, and he knocks it down there.
Yeah, they kind of focus on the roll right there from Jake Lena and left Phillips right open, and he's going to take that one every time he gets it.
And a 3-point answer from Trayson Jalot. 41-39. Bruins can hold for the final possession. 15 seconds before halftime break. Bruins will hold a little bit here. Now they'll start to get into the action. Lena comes out to set the high screen. Bynum has it slip out of his hands. He'll reset for a long three-pointer, a little bit too short. J.J. Montgomery won't go down at the buzzer. We are at halftime with our score. The home team, Bellevue University Bruins, 41, and the visiting Montana State University Northern Lights, 39. Well, a very tight first half. I think the largest lead at any point was 5.
Yeah.
As we go through this one with several lead changes and several ties. An exciting first half of action.
It was a fun first half. Bruins taking the 2-point lead going into halftime. So far, Northern Lights at 52% shooting, the Bruins at 45. And kind of going back, looking at our keys that Coach Norman kind of gave us, kind of see how the Bruins have done. You know, rebounding was one thing he really wanted to focus on so far in this game. Bruins only with a 1 rebound advantage, 18-17. Defensive reboundings on the edge of the Lights, but Bruins been able to get 2 more offensive rebounds. Ramos and Sayers have both been pretty good for the Lights, especially Sayers, one of their better scorers on this team. But he's only at 5 right now. The big leading scorer for the Northern Lights that Coach didn't bring up was Maxwell. He's at 14 points so far. Got to try to find a way to limit him, but overall, pretty fun-filled first half for both teams.
Yeah, let's give you a quick look of all the individual scoring in the first half. First of all, for the Montana State Northern Lights.
Cinco Maxwell is going to be at 14 points. Gillette will be at 8. Holachek's at 8 points. Leon Sayers, one of their leading scorers, has struggled a little bit at 5 on 1-for-3 shooting. Austin Ramos, another one of the leading scorers that we talked about. He's only at 3 points on this game, and Avery is at 1 point. On the Bellevue Bruins side, Jaden Phillips has been the leading scorer for the Bruins at 11 points. R.J. Smith scored that 9 points kind of early, hasn't done too much in the latter half of the first half. Ahmad Bynum adding with 7, Akol Nagor with 4, Liam Thompson with 3, Dang Jaw with 3, but he's had a couple good blocks for the Bruins, and Jermaine Halliburton and Jake Lena are going to add 2 points as well. So overall, fun-filled first half and a lot to look forward to in the second half, Mick.
We got so involved in the first half, I forgot to give out our text message numbers, so we got a couple from longtime Bellevue listeners. Liam's grandparents are cheering from Scottsdale. Let's go Bruins, play strong. And also we got one from Go JJ from your big sister Zelly. Shoot the ball, fool. And one more. I'm watching you, Jaden. Keep up the good work. So proud of your nanny. Some heart emojis and thumbs up emojis and smiling emojis as well. Bentley from California also watching the game. Go Jaden from Nanny. All right, if you'd like to join us via the text message, sorry I forgot to get out the number, 402-515-7654. Bellevue fans and Northern fans, we invite you to send along your greetings. Let us know who you are, where you are, who you're rooting for, any words of wisdom you want us to pass along. Again, that number is 402-515-7654. Jake Janicek over there, Mick Krupski here. We're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll be back in about 7 or 8 minutes with more exciting men's basketball. Keep it right here for more on the Bellevue Bruin Sports Network. All right, back to work for Jake and me. I almost called you Kurt. Sorry about that. Kurt's the dad, Jake's the son. So Mick Krupski and Jake Janicek back with you here for the second half of action coming up in just a little bit. The home team with a 2-point lead at 41-39. Quick look ahead. After today's game, the Bruins back at home tomorrow as the University of Providence out of Montana also coming to visit in conference play. And then on November 29th, the Bruins head up to Sioux Falls, South Dakota for an exhibition game against Augustana University of NCAA Division II. And then this long homestand to start the season continues December 5th and 6th against Valley City State and Mayville State, former co-members of the North Star Athletic Association, now current members of the Frontier Conference. So a great start at home for the Bruins men's basketball squad. Your impressions of half number one?
Definitely a good first half from the Bruins. You know, they've did have showed a lot of strides on the offensive end, but the Lights have just kept being able to battle and come back. One player that's been really good is Maxwell for the Lights. He's led the way with 14 points, and Sayers and Ramos, two players that Coach Norman kind of talked about wanting to try to shut down. He's done that so far. Last time out, Sayers had 27 points. Ramos had 22, but even though they had a struggling first half, the Bruins got to be ready for big second halves from them because they can come out of nowhere.
A relatively low-scoring first half by comparison to some of the other big numbers that the Bruins have posted. They went over the 100 mark a couple of times earlier this month. They put up 117 against Ozark Christian and then 104 against Mission University the next night. So more of a balanced offensive-defensive competition here tonight against Montana State Northern.
And the Bruins are going to have to be ready to have a lot of competitive games. They just had a competitive game last time out with that 78-72 win against Dakota State. But Frontier Conference, one of the best conferences in the NAIA, in my opinion. And, you know, night in and night out, any team can win. And you're already seeing that tonight against the Lights.
All right, let's get ready for the second half of action. Opening possession will belong to the Lights. There's the whistle, and here we go. Inbounds to Maxwell. Back to Ramos.
Bruins staying in the man-to-man defense here that they've been playing the majority of this season.
Ramos, pull-up jump shot from just inside the free throw line. It's up and in, and we are tied on the opening possession of the second half. 41 points apiece as the Bruins, their opening possession of the second half. 4 of the 5 Bruin players get a touch of the basketball on this opening possession. Now trying to look inside. All 5. R.J. Smith draws the foul. Basket won't go down, but he'll get 2 free throws as Oscar Pula went flying over the back of R.J. Pula picks up his second personal foul.
R.J. Smith came out of the gate and scored 9 points early in that first half. Kind of was quiet the rest of the second, but starting here in the second half, he's looking to take advantage of that.
First free throw up and in. R.J. in double digits. 4 for 4 from the floor. And 2 for 3 from the free throw line.
Like you said in the first half, R.J. Smith, a pretty good free throw shooter, doesn't miss a lot of those.
Lights back to work on offense. Here's Sayers to the near side to Ramos. The 2 leading scorers playing a little 2-on-2 basketball here down below us. Now Jalot inside. Height advantage inside. For Leon Sayers, a 4th, he takes advantage and he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup down low for Ahmad Bynum. Leon Sayers is 6'7" forward for the Lights, able to take advantage there, and he's trying to have a much better second half than he did the first half.
First free throw attempt is short. 5 points so far.
I think that might be his first miss of the year. He was shooting 100% from the free throw line going into the game.
Surprisingly, not a ton of free throws for somebody who plays a lot of time down low. But his first 2 misses of the season after starting off a perfect 11 for 11. 3-guard weave for the Bruins. Top of the key, entry pass, thread the needle to R.J. Smith. Ahmad Bynum on the assist. R.J. Smith with the bucket. They shake hands as they head down the floor to play defense.
Good look by Ahmad Bynum, recognizing the size disadvantage there down low. R.J. Smith able to jump up for the ball and get another bucket. Good early start to the second half for R.J. Smith.
Here's Ramos trying to turn the corner. Thompson denies him a look inside. Maxwell, top of the key, guarded by Bynum. Northern trying to reload. Shot clock down to 2. Maxwell will take a three-point attempt. It's no good. R.J. Smith with the rebound for the Bruins.
There's been a few times in this game the Bruin has been able to let that shot clock go down on the lights, able to do it again there and get a stop.
Bynum, little floater. Thompson with the tip. Tipped around, touched inside. Out of the pack comes the lights. On the run, kick out pass to Ramos. That's no good. Liam Thompson with the defensive board. Both teams wanting to run early in this second half. Thompson finds the lane inside. Little baby hook from Liam, and it's in. Liam Thompson. Another bucket for him.
Didn't have a lot down there, but Liam Thompson is able to make a couple pump fakes, get some space for him, and get that baby hook, giving the Bruins a 5-point lead.
5 points, the number for Liam Thompson so far. So he's above his season average.
Yeah.
And a foul will be called against Liam. Whistled by the outside official. First personal, second team foul.
And the Northern Lights now on a scoring drive of 2:26. Usually in the halves you want to start out a little bit faster than that, but not really able to score in buckets, only scoring 2 so far in this half. Bruins got to try to extend this lead a bit.
Pull-up jump shot by Gillot. It's good. Trayson Gillot from Box Elder, Montana.
A good move right there from him, able to get that space to get that bucket, a bucket the Lights really needed.
8 points on the night for Gillot. Here's Jaden Phillips trying to work in the lane, has his defender on his heels. Whistle blows, foul will be called as once again, if you're keeping track, Jaden Phillips hits the floor. We had fun with that early in the season. He was on the ground over a dozen times during the course of the game. The good hustle that Jaden brings to every game.
Yeah, Phillips is a player he's willing to put it all out on the line for his team, night in and night out. And you love to see he's one of the best teammates on this team. A lot of players seem to be really happy with him.
The last foul was called on Cinque Maxwell. And Jaden makes the first free throw.
Yeah, their game against Union, we talked to Phillips in the post game, and they won by a big margin that game. And I asked him about it, and he's like, I don't even know if we're happy with it. Just want to continue winning. That's his main focus.
We talked about also how he and J.J. Montgomery host a breakfast club. They get up early, 7 o'clock a.m. They're here in the gym shooting. They invite their teammates to come, and I'm still deep asleep at 7 o'clock as an old retired guy. But kudos to them for the extra work they put in. Bynum trying for the steal, breaks through a couple of defenders. He won't get a chance for the slam as the foul's called in the battle for the ball. And it'll go against Leon Sayers. Third personal foul against Sayers.
Kind of going back to the Breakfast Club, you can just see the good chemistry that this Bruins team has. All these players, really close, good with each other and doing that, and it really shows out on the floor a lot of the time.
Bynum with the basketball. Now J.J. Montgomery. Back out to the top. Shot clock, you hear it in single digits. That's when the Bruin bench will start to count it down. Phillips, step back shot, no good. A whistle blows from down below, and it looks like it's going to go against. Luke Holacek will pick up the foul. His second personal foul got a little piece of the shooting arm of Jaden Phillips.
Yeah, and Phillips again getting to the line. He's been there a few times so far in this game, but a good job by him. Sometimes when the shot clock's running low, a lot of players just shoot really not very good three-pointers. He's able to drive in the lane, try to get a fadeaway, and draw the foul.
Jermaine Halliburton replacing J.J. Montgomery. Change of the point guards for the Bruins. And again, a couple of misses. Thompson tries to keep it alive and only succeeds in tipping it over to Brutus the Bruin.
Phillips, he doesn't miss a lot of free throws. Overall, pretty good free throw shooter for the Bruins, but he's missed a few today. And those are points that you really need, especially in a close game like this where it's only a 5-point margin.
Jaden 5 for 8 from the free throw line, which respectable numbers for most people, but he's usually at a higher clip than that. Spin move in the lane by Austin Ramos. He'll draw the foul. That's going to go against Jermaine Halliburton. Third team foul. Halliburton picks up his second personal.
Halliburton only with 2 points on this game. He's had a few games this season where he's gotten into double figures.
Loose ball in the lane, picked up by the Bruins. Ahmad Bynum is on the floor holding his head. The official will wisely call a timeout. Don't know if he got accidentally kicked in the head, but he's in some pain. Thomas Gillespie and one of the other members of the Bruin athletic training staff heading out to the floor.
I couldn't exactly see what happened. It's kind of moving on the floor, but Halliburton fell to the floor and seems to be in a lot of pain. I think he's grabbing his head maybe.
Yeah, holding his head. I think he got accidentally kicked in that scrum for the loose basketball. We'll have a timeout here as Ahmad gets attended to. Ahmad's played at a couple of different schools before his time here at Bellevue. A couple of years at DePaul University, a year at Trinity Valley in Texas, and also 1 year last year at the University of Texas, El Paso. His combined 13.3 points per game prior to his time here at Bellevue. And yeah, he's going to take a rest as he continues to hold his forehead and kind of the temple area. So it'll be Bellevue basketball. If we have any further updates on Ahmad, we'll try to get those to you.
It's Halliburton was the one that was on the floor.
Oh, Halliburton, excuse me.
Nope, all good. But hopefully Halliburton, a good piece off the bench for the Bruins, and hopefully get back in this game. And they kind of check in on him.
Thanks for picking me up there, Jake. Appreciate that. So there's Ahmad Bynum. They both kind of have those similar hairstyles there.
Do.
So here's Liam Thompson trying to get into the lane. Seals the ball, then has it intercepted by Maxwell. Shot from three-point land is good. That's Austin Ramos.
Yeah, picked up the scoring a bit, having 5 points here in the second half.
2-point lead for the home team. Montgomery back in, little floater, off the mark, kept alive, tipped out, and corralled by Sayers.
Yeah, Lights have a chance to tie the game here, and Havlicek, been one of their good scorers, hasn't been much in the second half.
Again, it's Ramos, this time off the mark from distance. Got a couple of more texts in the queue. I keep forgetting about those today. I apologize. We'll get to those on the next timeout. Phillips has his pass deflected by the net. Bruins were doing a good job early in the game avoiding turnovers, but the drive to the lane by Austin Ramos will tie it up at 48 all. Bellevue has gone over 2 minutes without scoring.
And Ramos showing that leading score intensity here as he's already got 7 in the second half.
Bynum pull-up jump shot from behind the free throw line. It's money, and the Bruins regain the lead.
Good drop right there from Ahmad Bynum. Get some space, get a good look. Need to be able to shoot some high percentage shots here for the Bruins.
Maxwell has a seam. Thompson comes over to try to help, but just a step too late. The basket is good, and the foul will be called. A free throw upcoming for Cinque Maxwell.
And that's Maxwell's first points of this second half. Had a really good first half, scoring 14 points, led the way for the Lights. And Ramos is kind of taking it here so far, but Maxwell will get that bucket there and with a chance to go to the line.
All right, media timeout on the floor. That'll give us a chance to get to those text messages. Woohoo, you got this, Bruins. From 531 area code. 402 and 531 are the area codes for the Omaha area. Let's go, jumper Jaden. Keep attacking that rim from the 661 area code. Let's go, Bruins. Go, RJ. Love the opening round banners for tomorrow. That's the Whale family listening in Las Vegas. That's Morgan Whale, a member of the volleyball squad. Yes, there's already decorations up here for volleyball tomorrow for the NAIA opening round. Good luck to the Bellevue volleyball squad. 1 o'clock start tomorrow to determine who goes to Sioux City. The Bellevue Bruins taking on the Columbia College Cougars out of the American Midwest Conference. Let's go, Jumper Jaden. You're doing awesome. One of my favorites from the West Covina family. Thanks, everybody, for sending along those text messages. We'll give that number out one more time if you'd like to send along your greetings. 402-515-7654.
Yeah, it feels like Jaden's kind of got quite the fan base. It seems like a lot of the texts today have been for Jaden Phillips.
Yeah.
One of the better players for the Bruins, and so far has done pretty good so far in this game.
Well, that's one of the main reasons we do these broadcasts for families who don't live in the Omaha-Bellevue area. It's their way to follow along with the young men and young women in Bellevue athletics are doing during the course of the year. So we're glad you're with us. Free throws off the mark. Deng Jal with the rebound. Bruins back to work on offense, trying to regain the lead. Here's Ahmad Bynum. Trying to look to Deng Jal. Liam Thompson. RJ Smith. Smith against Holacek. RJ, the shot up and in. Didn't quite get the full turn on that hook, but he made it work. And the Bruins regained the lead, 13:45 and counting. Holacek, open look there. That's off the mark. Deng Jal, another defensive rebound for him.
Yeah, the Lights are on a four to their 5 last field goals after that miss. And just like that, Bruins trying to take this lead to a 2-possession game.
Bynum trying to go inside. Double team help out. Shot blocked inside. I think it was Maxwell who got that block. Pull-up jump shot by Trayson Gillot. It's up and in, and they were tied once again, now at 52.
It's been a fun back-and-forth game so far. Each team has not been able to pull away in any way.
Cole Nagore back into the game. Short shot, a little bit too shot. He gets a second chance and makes that one work. Cole Nagore with the basket. 4 points for him tonight.
There's been a good spark off the bench. Only played in 3 games so far this season, but it's been good for the Bruins today.
A lot of muscle going on underneath. Count the basket. Leon Sayers battling against Liam Thompson. Liam not wanting to give any ground, but a basket made and a foul against Liam. That's his 3rd personal. Montgomery and Phillips back in for the Bruins. Jeffrey Cheldy back in for the Lights.
It was good defense there from Liam Thompson, but he got baited on one of the pump fakes from Leon Sayers and drew the foul, and the Lights got a chance to take the lead.
And they do. 55-54 as Sayers makes the basket. Back into the game comes Keon Silliman. 12:48 to go. Bruins trailing by 1. Seen a couple of different kids basketball squad, I'm assuming basketball squads in attendance tonight, taking advantage. Nice feed by RJ Smith. Cole Nagore with the basket. Bellevue back up by 1. Nagore now with 8 points tonight.
RJ Smith, a pretty good passer for the Bruins. You know, don't see a lot of the big men being able to pass, but he's capped a lot of assists last year and done pretty well so far this year.
Again, watch the battle between Smith and Holacek. The 2 post players, now the switch. So an advantage inside. They go right to Holacek, who will take advantage off the glass.
Yeah, he had 8 first half points. Hasn't been able to score here through 8 minutes, but able to get that one there. And back to a 1-point lead for the Lights.
J.J. Montgomery. Ahmad Bynum. Feeds Nagore. Short on the shot. Ball into the lane. Grabbed away by Silliman. Quickly ahead. Nice job on the feed from Gillot to Cheldy.
Got good transition offense right there from the Lights. Able to get the dunk there. Just like that, Lights up by 3.
Inside, RJ Smith will go to the free throw line. Let's see who's going to draw the foul here. It's going to go against Luke Holacek, and that's his 3rd personal foul. RJ for 2 more free throws.
And that was a tight window for Jaden Phillips to throw it into. RJ Smith had a defender in front of him, but able to spark it in the middle there, get that pass to him. Smith able to draw the foul.
RJ with 14 points and still at 14 points. Deng Jal back in, replacing Cole Nagore.
And the Bruins only shooting 63% from the line. In a close matchup like this, you're gonna want those points back.
RJ has scored in double digits in 5 of the 7 games the Bruins have played, including tonight. Bellevue again a perfect 6-0 start for the season. Holacek left alone from distance. It rattles, won't go down. The putback, the follow-up by Ramos is good. Able to get position between a couple of Bruin defenders there. And back now to a 4-point lead.
It's the 8th offensive rebound on the game for the Lights. Still so far down 1 in the rebound margin, but a big one right there. Biggest lead of the game at 4.
Here's Bynum. Loses the handle. That's because one of the Lights grabbed onto his arm. That's going to go against Chelde. First personal. Oops, excuse me. They're going to say 3, not 23. Austin Ramos will pick up the foul. 16 fouls, so still down a shooting situation. The next one will be, though, for the 1-and-1. Feed inside RJ Smith. Won't go down. RJ keeps it alive. Tips it out to Dangjal. The Bruins will reset the offense. Drive by Phillips. No good. The tip in by RJ. Jaden took a couple of defenders with him on the drive. RJ there for the putback tap.
Yeah, it's going to be one of the easiest offensive rebounds for RJ Smith. Absolutely nobody around him and able to get the bucket in, getting this back to a 1-possession game.
Bruins trying to play solid defense, give a chance to tie or take the lead back again next time down the floor. Lights trying to extend their current 2-point lead. Holacek off the glass and in. Luke Holacek.
Havlicek, he's really good at getting down to the rim. He's showcased that so far this game and able just to kind of move a bit and get some easy buckets down low.
3-point attempt, that's no good. Foul against Trayson Gillot. And free throws upcoming here for the Bruins.
And I was about to say, I didn't think that was the best shot for Ahmad Bynum, shooting a 3 like that early in the shot clock, but able to get bailed out by a foul. But Bruins haven't really been able to capitalize from the free throw line. These would be 3 big points for them.
There's one.
Yeah, one thing with Ahmad Bynum, one of the more athletic players on this Bruins team, a former Division I player at UTEP in DePaul. And you've seen it a lot this year.
There's 2. Thompson back in for the Bruins. Maxwell and Sayers back in for the Lights. Learning all these new mascots for these teams the Bruins now facing in the Frontier Conference. We've got the Lights on the men's squad. The Skylights is the women's mascot. Tomorrow the Argos will be here from the University of Providence. And 3 for 3 from the free throw line for Ahmad Bynum. Nice job of putting points on the board. 1-point game. It's 63-62. Chelde with the basketball. Sayers with a little bit of a size advantage against Ahmad Bynum on the switch, and Ahmad's going to pick up a foul here, trying to reach around for the steal.
Now that matchup down low has been pretty tough for Ahmad Bynum. Leon Sayers just really has some good length on him at 6'7", and Ahmad tried to kind of get in front of him there, but unfortunately only able to get the foul. It's going to be second of the game.
And media timeout, the under 10 minutes, 9:40 to be exact remaining in the game. It's 63-62, Northern up by 1 point. Just looking at the stat sheet here, Jake, I mean, almost everything is tied or only 1 or 2 difference, except for the shooting percentage. The Northern squad a 10 percentage point advantage there.
Yeah,
but the Bruins making it up in other areas.
Yeah, both teams have been very similar. You know, turnovers kind of around the same mark, kind of points off that. Rebounds, Bruins only with a 3 rebound advantage. So far, very, very even. I think the bench, well, Bruins don't usually play a lot of their bench, but Lights kind of up 27-15 in that aspect. But shooting percentage has been the big one. The Lights at 57%. We kind of talked about early in the first half, there's a big differential, but Bruins haven't been able to take as much advantage. But free throws wise, there's been a bit of a differential. Bruins have shot 20 free throws, making 14 of them. The Lights 4 for 9 at 44%. But those 6 points have been really big for the Bruins in the second half because they've kind of missed majority of those free throws.
Bruins need to turn to their defense. They've allowed the Lights to score on 6 of their last 7 trips down the floor. So slap some defense on here and have a chance to regain the lead. Into the hands of Silliman, top of the key. Cheldy over to Jalot. Pull up jump shot for 3 points. There's going to be the whistle. A chance for a 4-point play as J.J. Montgomery bodied into him. So a chance to extend the lead to 5. First personal against J.J. Wasn't a real hard hit, but enough to knock Jalot off his feet and have the referee blow that whistle.
Yeah, it seemed like he got into his landing zone there at the end of the shot clock, trying to block that. Jalot fell on it, made the shot, and that's one of the tougher shots to get as a 4-point play. You don't see those very often.
Largest lead of the night for Northern at 5 points, 67-62. Bellevue, a lot of time remaining, 9-12 to be exact. Bruins back to work on the offensive end. Here's Jaden Phillips coming around the corner, J.J. Montgomery. Phillips, shot clock down to 4. Jaden, 3-point attempt, that's no good. The rebound goes to Sayers. He'll lead the charge over to the side, cutting the basket, no good on the attempt by Silliman. Bruins dodge a bullet there. Here's Liam Thompson bringing the ball down to R.J. Smith. Smith working against Cheldy. Kick out pass, Bynum, 3-point look. That one is good. Rattles home. Bruins cut the lead to 67-65.
Good job between R.J. and Ahmad. R.J. kind of held the ball there, kind of got 2 defenders on him, leaving Ahmad open, getting the shot, cutting this lead to 2.
Bruins have that great 3-point threat. Here's a 2-point shot. That's no good off the miss by Jalot. And Jaden Phillips with the board. Jaden with 4 rebounds and 13 points. Bynum, 2-point attempt, no good. Ball loose. R.J. Smith has it ripped away by Cheldy. J.J. Montgomery stopping that breakaway threat. Lights will set up in the half court. Perimeter passing to this right side.
Well, J.J. on Sayers is in the best matchup. Let's see if they try to take advantage.
And a foul called.
And that's going to bring Sayers to the line. Both teams already in the bonus.
Second personal foul against J.J. 1-1 upcoming. Cole Nagal back in for Bellevue. Austin Ramos back in for Northern. 1-1 situation here. Bruins trailing by 2. Free throw. Bounds in.
Sayers up to 10 points now in this second half. One of the top scorers for the Lights. You definitely thought that Ramos and him would definitely start to pick it up here in the second half, and they definitely have. And the Bruins got to try to find an answer for it.
Bellevue back down by 4 once again. 2 possessions. Cole Nagal against the double team. Shot no good. He'll get this offensive rebound as the ball eludes a couple of Light defenders. Cole Nagal with 10 points.
That's the second time that Cole has been able to do that. Missing a shot, getting a rebound, putting it up and in. Those second chance points are going to be big down here in the last stretch.
Whistle blows on the drive to the lane by Sayers. Bruin bench not happy with that late call. And that'll go against Liam Thompson. That's his 4th personal foul.
Yeah, and Liam Thompson seems very upset with that. Not too sure what they saw there. Didn't get the best angle at it, but Bruins are ready to run on the other end, but it's going to be a foul, and Sayers gets back to the free throw line.
Cole Nagal with 14 points. That's his season high. Sayers hits the first free throw.
Yeah, Sayers shooting his 9th free throw now.
6 out of 8 so far. 7 out of 9. Deng Jal back in. Luke Holacek back in for the Lights. Bellevue 1-0 in Frontier Conference play. The Lights also 1-0. Bellevue defeating Dakota State. Northern defeating Providence in both those teams' opening matchups in this 2025-26 season. Bynum, three-point attempt. Off the mark. Track to the corner. It'll be Bellevue basketball as it goes off the hand of Jeffrey Cheldy. Cheldy pleading his case. He didn't touch it, but it's going to fall on deaf ears.
We're challenging. If he says their ball, did you touch it?
And it looks like he's pleading his case saying he didn't touch it. Are they gonna? And it looks like they're calling a timeout. Gonna look at the monitor here. This is a big review because this would be a big possession for the Bruins. But going back on that possession, it's not the smartest shot from Ahmad Bynum. Kind of coming down. You don't want to shoot those shots so early in the shot clock. Try to work through your offense a bit. There's a lot of moving parts in the Coach Gabriel offense. Try to see if you can get a better shot there. They've been doing a really good job of going from RJ, trying to find RJ down low, but shooting a shot like that with still 25 on the shot clock, that's something you just do not need, especially in a close game like this. You can't be chucking up shots.
Adam Watts, our replay official, down at the scorer's table. Two of the three officials looking at that play. Not sure if what kind of an angle they're going to be able to get, but they can go through it. They can slow it down to a frame by frame. And now all three officials are looking at the screen. Not the biggest computer screen in the world.
Not.
I was watching an NCAA game the other day, and they had this thing that was like a couple of feet big and wide. And anyway, they'll see if the call remains or is overturned.
Looks like they're just about to tell both benches what it's going to be.
Couple more texts in the queue. Let's take advantage. Our first Montana State Northern, simply Go Lights from the 406 area code. Keep getting after it, Trayson. Go Lights from Kay Pullen, cheering from the Lone Star State of Texas, my old stomping grounds for college. Go Lights Go from a UNMC grad. That's the University of Nebraska Medical Center and a Northern Light Mama. Thanks for joining us, everybody, tonight. We love Dontana. Don't know if that's a misspelling for Montana or somebody's nickname is Dontana. With love from the 661. And one more. Go RJ. Show them what you got from Grand Liz. It's Bellevue basketball. Entry pass to RJ Smith against the double team. It rolls off the rim, but RJ will get 2 free throws.
So yeah, back after the review, they determined that it was going to be Bruins basketball. And they've been looking at that play a lot, trying to get RJ Smith down low, kind of over the defender. Seems to always have a defender right in front of him. Ahmad found that from the inbound. RJ able to get to the line again.
RJ with the first free throw. One more text. Jermaine's family praying everything is okay. Jermaine Halliburton left earlier in this half, looking down on the bench to see if we can see him. I think he's back in the locker room. And both free throws converted by RJ Smith. If we get an update, we'll let you know. But we've got a 2-point game going here with 6:50 and counting.
Yeah, hoping the best for Jermaine Halliburton. Prayers go out to him that everything will be okay.
Holacek the drive and the basket off the glass. A quick first step to get around RJ.
And that breaks a streak of no field goals in the last 2.5 minutes. The Lights definitely needed that, getting us back to a 2-possession game.
Montgomery with the basketball to Jaden Phillips. Jaden crossover dribble, trying to back his way into the lane. A little shot up and in. Jaden Phillips with a nice move in the lane.
Jay now up to 15 on the game. He's been the great equalizer for the Bruins. Anytime the Bruins have kind of been on a little bit of a not great streak, Jaden's been able to equalize it.
Northern with the basketball. Here's Sayers trying to get to the hoop. Oh, a late whistle. Free throws upcoming for Leon Sayers the fourth. The foul against Deng Jal. His first personal. That's the 10th team foul, so the double bonus. They're going to say in the act of shooting, it's going to be 2 free throws any way you look at it.
Yeah, Coach Gabriel didn't seem too happy with that. It seems like he didn't think he got touched. He's talking to the official right now, but Sayers at the free throw line again.
short on the first attempt. Yeah, basketball officiating is one of the toughest sports to officiate. You're running down the floor with the players, or even if you're standing still, you got a lot of contact. You could literally call a foul on every play if you wanted to.
Yeah, and the last time out, we were kind of talking about a free throw differential where the Bruins had it plus 16, but now only a plus 7 in that differential to the free throw line. Light's been able to get there and take advantage, up by 3.
Bruins on the offensive end. Here's Bynum coming around. Smith over to Phillips. Jaden gets around the first defender, tries to get it to RJ, but contact made. Foul's going to be upcoming. Jaden will go to the free throw line. And that foul's going to go against Leon Sayers. And that'll be his 4th personal foul.
Yeah, Phillips a little slow to get up. It looks like he fell right on his back. From there, Sayers kind of tried to block it and kind of end up throwing him down, so hopefully Phillips will be okay.
Jaden redshirted last year. Averaged a little over 7 points per game in his junior season. That free throw is good. So great to have him an active member of the Bellevue roster once again this year, the Oakland, California senior. Very deliberate on his free throws. He follows the same plan. Both of them in.
I mean, I noticed a lot with like the best athletes from around all sports. They have a very strict routine, and they can't really break it or it might mess them up.
Phillips on defense against Maxwell. And a whistle from across the way. Maybe a little too aggressive. Jaden will pick up the foul. That's just his 2nd.
Yeah,
but
Jade
2 free throws upcoming.
Jade does not seem happy with that at all. It kind of looked like he just pickpocketed the ball there for a second to lose it, but I think just a lot of the movements, the hands, the ref must have saw something on the arm. And double-double for the Lights. That's going to be a big thing to focus on.
First free throw is made. 9 team fouls against Northern, so both teams will be in the double bonus on the next foul. Liam Thompson in for the Bruins. Jeffrey Cheldy back in for the Lights. Good free throw shooting there for 2 points. And again, a 3-point lead. A little under 5.5 minutes remaining. We'll have one more media timeout, and then each team with a couple of timeouts left in the pocket. The screeching sound of skin sliding on the wooden floor. That foul goes against Cinque Maxwell. So free throws upcoming for the Bruins. There'll be 2 free throws. I think Jaden's going to be back there again. Shakes that left wrist a little bit. May have rolled on it a little bit there on that slide on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it all season. He's just someone that just ends up on the floor no matter what. It's kind of Jaden Phillips' game, but you know, he's a heck of a good player, though, and that intensity really shows on every single box score for the Bruins.
18 points on the night, 8 of them coming from the free throw line. Make that 19-9.
Now the main question coming out of this media timeout is, can the Bruins finally get a defensive stop and have a chance of taking the lead? It seems like every time the Bruins have gotten close and within one, the Skylights have been able to score a bucket on the other end. So coming out of this timeout, seeing what Coach Gabriel's going to talk to the team about, will be interesting to see.
Bruins are the ones who actually called the timeout. We're not quite yet to our media timeout. That'll be under 5 minutes.
5:16, yep.
Both teams, I think, with 2 timeouts remaining in the game, should they choose to use them. But this one has been a very closely contested contest. Neither team has led by more than 5 points at any point in the game. We've had 12 lead changes and 6 ties so far in this one.
Yeah, it's been definitely a back and forth game the entire time with those lead changes, like you just said. A lot of the teams have been also doing some good on passing. You know, the Lights, 10 assists on the game. The Bruins at 8. Steals have actually been a really big thing for both teams. Both teams at 6. Both teams with 2 blocks. But Bruins haven't been able to get out in transition. The past games we've done, you know, Lucas Gabriel's kind of talked about wanting to get some fast break buckets and haven't been able to get any this game, but the Lights haven't really been able to give him that chance.
And the turnovers
are pretty good. 9 turnovers against Northern, only 7 against the Bruins. So most coaches will say that's an acceptable amount with still 5 minutes to play. So we still could get into double digits in that category. But a pretty good job of handling the basketball by both squads. Back to the action. Maxwell brings it across the timeline. Bruins switch on defense. Ramos with the basketball, now back to Maxwell. Phillips denies his look to the basket. Here's Holacek, he'll take a 3-point shot, no good. Ahmad Bynum cleans up with the rebound.
Yeah, Bruins finally able to get a stop on the defensive end. Need to take advantage here. Almost turned it over right there from Ahmad Bynum.
1-point deficit. Here's J.J. Montgomery. J.J. able to control the basketball after having it tipped away momentarily. Liam Thompson bounced past R.J. Smith. He'll draw the double team. That'll open things up for Montgomery into the lane, then cut off. Down to R.J. Shot clock down to 4. R.J. muscle with the left hand up and in. Another lead change as the Bruins back on top. R.J. Smith, 21 points.
R.J. Smith with the strength. He's been doing it down low all game. Bruins finally get a lead. First time in a while. 77-76.
First time RJ has been above the 20-point mark on the season. He has 2 15 or more games. Entry pass inside, help defense, a shot up, and count the basket. An athletic play by Leon Sayers, the 4th. Against the Bruin double team. The foul's going to go against Jaden Phillips, his 3rd personal.
Very interesting call there. Definitely some contact down low, but kind of looked like Sayers didn't really completely control the basketball. Definitely looked like he took a couple steps backpedaling. Coach Gabriel pretty intense with that one, doing the travel signal to the refs, but
Northern regains the lead on that 3-point play. And substitution coming into the game is Jeffrey Cheldy. So still do one more media timeout as we're under 4 minutes. Here's Bynum, crossover dribble. Jump shot falling away. Basket is good. We're tied at 79. Our 7th tie of the night. Bruin bench trying to make some noise. Holacek going inside. That's going to be a traveling violation. 1 step too many. Working against Liam Thompson.
Coach Gabriel's been asking the refs to call a travel, it seems, the last 5 possessions. Finally gets called. The bench erupts. Bruins with another chance to take the lead here as we get down to just under 3.5.
Bynum directing traffic. Working up the left side. Now he'll change directions. Here's Phillips. Bruins trying to run some cutters. R.J. Smith, an athletic play to stretch up and get that to feed to Liam Thompson. The block inside by Cheldy, but a whistle blows. Cheldy again can't believe the call. And that's his 5th personal foul. So the night is done for Jeffrey Cheldy.
Seemed to be yelling at Ramos there. I'm not too sure exactly what he did wrong. They kind of had that R.J. Smith double, but you know, a lot of the attention will go to R.J. Smith when he gets down there, able to find Liam Thompson open at the rim and draw the foul.
Cheldy finishes with 2 points and 5 rebounds. Liam Thompson at the free throw line. It bounces away. We're still tied at 79. Just over 3 minutes to go.
That's the 7th missed free throw in the game for the Bruins. 20 for 27 on the game so far.
And that one is good. Another lead change. Entering the critical minutes. Under 3 to go. 1-point ball game. Bruins on top. Jalot feeds to Holacek. Gets a step around, but R.J. Smith with a block and the save of the basketball before it could go out of bounds. An outstanding defensive play by the Bruins post.
How about R.J. Smith today? Fantastic basketball has been showcased today from him.
Bruins working some time. Smith comes up for the high screen against Bynum. Splits the defenders off the glass and in. Ahmad Bynum, the smooth move down the left side.
Bruins now 3 of their last 3 field goals, up by 3.
And Northern will ask for the timeout. 2:18 remaining. The Bruins up by 3 at 82-79.
That was really close to a backcourt violation before the timeout. Kind of dribbled the basketball on that line. The refs didn't seem to see it, but a big timeout that the Lights needed. Bruins have come out of nowhere. 4 out of their last 4. R.J. Smith, Ahmad Bynum leading the way.
Sean Hughes talking things over with his team. He's been the head coach at Northern for 24 years. Trying to draw up a play here for his team. Across the way, Lucas Gabriel in command of the Bruins huddle. 30-second timeout is winding down. Northern will have 1 timeout remaining. Bellevue has 2.
Bruins have picked up the shooting percentage for sure here in the second half. They're around the 30% mark as we were getting into this half. Now up to 49%. The Lights still at 56.
We said before coming into today's action, both teams shooting right around the 50% mark on the season. They're both right near there once again. Ramos falls down trying to cut around the corner. Here's Barnes working against Montgomery. Bynum tries to get the slip, can't get it. Holacek adjusts to his left and cans the tray. Hey, we're tied again, 82 all.
Havlicek coming into this game, 70% from the 3. Missed his first few in this game, finally able to knock down, and one might not be bigger than that one, tying this game at 82.
Hold on for this exciting finish. Bruins at home, Lights on the road. Shot clock down to 10. Jaden Phillips, a long 3. Jaden falls to the floor. Leon Sayers, the 4th, will pick up the foul. And that is his 5th.
Wow, Sayers fouling here at the end of the game. Tried to get out to that shooter of Jaden Phillips, knocks him over. The Bruins just got a bench warning right there, and Coach Gabriel doesn't seem too happy with him about that. Immediately going over to his bench to talk to him.
And I think it's some of the redshirt guys maybe a little bit too vocal, too vehement on that. So that'll be the end of the night for Sayers. 16 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist, his body of work tonight. Tied at 82, 3 shots here for Jaden Phillips. Jaden 9 out of 12 from the free throw line tonight. Make that 10 out of 13. Ahmad Bynum had 3 free throws. He canned all of them. Let's see if Jaden can do the same. 1 point lead for the Bruins. Ooh, that one kicked away.
This is the one you want right here. You want to be able to be up by 2 for the Lights' next possession.
1:32 remaining in the game. Again, the big exhale, the couple of dribbles, the bend of the knees, but off the mark. R.J. Smith trying to keep it alive, but he climbs over the back of Holacek. R.J. will pick up a foul here.
We'll be going on the other end for the Lights now to shoot a couple free throws. Chance to take the lead here.
3rd personal against RJ, so 2 free throws upcoming on the other side of the floor. It'll be quite possibly a free throw shooting contest to finish this one off. Holacek steps to the free throw line as his teammates confer with their head coach on this near side. First one is good. We're tied once again at 83.
If Holacek makes this one, that's going to be 16 lead changes on the game.
And he does. 1:30 and counting. Couple of possessions remaining for each team, more than likely. Ahmad Bynum steps down the left side of the lane. Off the left side for the bucket. 21 points for Ahmad.
Another athletic play from Bynum. Get into his spot, get into the left hand, able to take this lead for the 17th lead change of the game now.
Holacek leaves it for Jalot. Inside to Ramos, over to Holacek. Good defense by Montgomery. Has a mismatch inside. RJ trying to hold out in the inside. The shot from distance is no good by Oscar Pula. And RJ comes away with the basketball. The Bruins a chance to extend their current 1-point lead.
About 20-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Bruins going to try and take that as low as they can.
Running some time off the clock here into the hands of Ahmad Bynum. He gets slapped in the face. Wasn't intentional, obviously, but Sinkway Maxwell will pick up the foul. And that is personal foul number 3 for him.
Not a smart play right there from Maxwell. Bynum wasn't really trying to do too much there, just trying to hold it to get later in the shot clock. No need to try to steal that ball there, and unfortunately hits him in the face. And a couple big free throws for Bynum.
He's 3 for 3 at the free throw line tonight. All of them coming in that last trip. Now 4 for 4. The lead grows to 2. 31.2 seconds remaining in the contest.
Now the big question coming if he makes this, is Coach Gabriel a foul guy or lets it play out when you're up by 3?
And both converted. 5 for 5 from the free throw line for Ahmad Bynum. 23 points for the senior out of Chicago. Timeout called by the Bellevue Bruins. That'll take each team to 1 timeout remaining. Always good to have at least one in your pocket during the final couple of seconds. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
3-point lead for the Bruins. Usually with how I view it, with the fouling up by 3, you try to let the shot clock go as low as it can. And I think you got to try to take them to the line. Kind of, if you have trust in your team to make free throws on the other end, you do it there. But the Bruins, they've missed some, but overall been good from the free throw line at 73%. So it'll be interesting to see what the Bruins do out of this timeout from Coach Gabriel.
About a 1-second difference between game clock and shot clock.
If I'm the Lights, though, you've been able to do a good job with Holacek at driving to the rim. Try to find an open lane, get a 2 here. Try to extend this game as long as you can, because the Bruins have shown to miss some free throws.
Looks like the Bruins are going to put a little backcourt pressure on here. Inbound pass to Gillot. He'll bring it up the floor. Bruins in that man-to-man defense we've seen all game long. Now the Bruins switch. Holacek covered by Phillips. Thompson covering Gillot. Now to Ramos. Baseline drive. Gillot up and in with the 2-pointer. 1-point game. 12 seconds remaining. Here's J.J. Montgomery. J.J. has not yet scored. He missed a couple of 3-point attempts early on, but a chance here for 2 big free throws for J.J. Montgomery.
Yeah, some of the biggest points in this game now down to J.J. Montgomery. So far in the season, only a 55.6% free throw shooter, and we know when it comes into crunch time of games, it's really hard to make these.
And he does on the first. The Bruins up by 2. 11.1 seconds remaining.
Yeah, here's another big one to go up by 3 with 11 seconds to go.
And he makes them. 2 critical free throws for J.J. Montgomery. Second-year member of the Bellevue program. He played in 28 games last year. Averaged just under 5 points per game, but 2 of the biggest points in his Bellevue University career just right there. All right, well, I'm thinking Montana Northern just has to go for a 3-point shot here. They have very little chance to work for a 2 and then still have time to complete it.
Yeah, we saw in that last possession they wanted to work for the 2, but Bruins just kept kind of doubling on the outside, and it took about 13 seconds to get a bucket. And now here, you're right, Mick, I think you have to try and go for the 3, depending if the Bruins decide to foul or let it play out.
And that's where, as you mentioned just a second ago there, that's where the Bruins defense will most likely concentrate itself. Don't give Northern any easy looks from behind the arc. Well, an exciting second game in the Frontier Conference for the Bellevue Bruins.
Now we gotta love some close games, Mick. It kind of lets them speak for themselves a bit on just a high-intensity, fun matchup between these two teams. And I said this earlier, the Frontier Conference, one of the best in NAIA. Bruins are going to have matchups like this night in and night out, and they're going to have to show up every night.
All right, let's see what's going to happen. I forgot to mention earlier on, congratulations to Bruin forward Liam Thompson. He was named the conference Defensive Player of the Week this past week. And to Leon Sayers IV, the Offensive Player of the Week. Into the hands of Talat, now to Holacek. Ahead, Maxwell. He'll go for the two-pointer. Bruins will give it to him. 3.9 seconds left. Bruins with a 1-point lead. Bruins need to get the ball in the hands of somebody here, or they have a timeout in their pocket. Jaden Phillips is bumped out of bounds. Foul's going to go against number 1, Leo Sewell will pick up the foul.
Very dangerous pass to throw it so close to the out-of-bounds line there. Luckily, Phillips able to stay in and get pushed out of bounds, but surprising that the Lights took it two there. They definitely was open, but the Bruins are going to give it to him, but Phillips again with really two big free throws. Don't want the Lights to have a chance to win in regulation.
Jaden, 20 points on the night, 10 of 15, 11 of 16 from the free throw line. Little help from the rim. And a happy exhale there from Jaden.
And the Bruins not even trying to go for the rebound here, kind of playing back on the defensive end.
And both of them made. So here's where it's 3 or nothing. Holacek, inbounds pass, and on the sidelines, a critical error by Cinque Maxwell. He was on the paint on the sideline. The turnover will give the ball back to the Bruins with 2.5 seconds left.
Oh my goodness.
Inbounded, stolen away by Maxwell, and oh my goodness, he's gonna, no, they're gonna say he's on the sideline again.
What a crazy
0.9 seconds
of events at the end of this game. Out of bounds, and the Bruins immediately turn it over, and then it's out of bounds again. Almost was a foul. I think you thought it was a foul there for a second. Mitch.
Yes, I saw that hand go up. I thought it was a fist for a foul, but instead he was saying no on the sideline. So 9/10 of a second.
The Bruins just got to get
full
this ball
timeout.
in.
Yeah, the Bruins take their final timeout here. They got to get the ball into somebody's hands. They have a touch. I would toss the ball down toward mid-court at least. So if the Lights are able to get a steal, whatever, they'll have a heck of a long shot to try to pull it out of the fire.
Yeah, that's some events I don't think I've ever seen in a basketball game, but you know, that's just situational basketball for the Lights. You can't be having that stepping out on the line. The one with the turnover, that one's tough.
Yes.
You're just trying anything you can to get that ball up, but you know, couple lucky turnovers for the Bruins, and yeah, if they just get this ball in here, it should be another win for Bellevue.
I want to remind you, at the conclusion of today's game, stick around for our post-game wrap-up with head coach Lucas Gabriel and one of the Bellevue players coming up to visit with us to talk about this game and tomorrow's action against the University of Providence.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what Coach Gabriel will say about this game, especially at the end. Hopefully gets a couple deep breaths in after this one.
Nine times tied, 17 lead changes. Bruins hope that that's the final statistics for both of those numbers.
And it looks like they added some time here. 2.1 seconds now on the clock instead of 0.9. Bruins got to get this in. It's tough to inbound it from there.
And J.J. Montgomery breaks away. Are they going to say 1/10 of a second left? Or just, that's it. That's the wrap-up.
Looks like they are going to go to the monitor to see if there was some time. It looked like there's about 0.4 on the clock. 0.5.
Foul's going to be called against Cinque Maxwell, so we will play on with 0.4 of a second left. So free throws upcoming here for J.J. Montgomery. This is kind of a moot point because if J.J. makes either of these two, the Bruins will have it in hand.
Just needs to make this one free throw. But how about Montgomery when he first got fouled earlier when they had a 1-point lead, making two big ones coming into this game, 55.6. But If you make the ones in crunch time, those are the ones that all that matters.
The official down at the scorer's table with Adam and Tom making sure that the .4 is the correct number on the time. We've made a lot of use of the monitor tonight, both the women and the men's game, so new technology.
I mean, replay is just a big thing in any sport now.
And now they'll say 0.6 seconds, so still a moot point if JJ makes one of the 2 free throws. Up and in. JJ Montgomery, 3 for 3 from the free throw line over the final seconds of the game. Bruin defenders don't want to get anywhere near a light player here to give them a chance to make a 3-pointer plus a free throw. And that's not even going to matter because JJ makes that free throw. And that will, last second heave by Jalot is no good. The Bellevue Bruins come away with a 93-88 victory over the visiting Lights of Montana State Northern University. An exciting ball game from start to finish. Neither team with more than a 5-point lead in this one. The Bruins come away. Bellevue now 7-0 on the season overall, 2-0 in the Frontier Conference. With the loss, Montana State Northern now 4-2 overall, 1-1 in conference play.
What a fun basketball game, Mick. Gotta love those back and forth 17 lead change type games, and able to get it there. And it was definitely a fun one. Good for the Bruins to get out on top here. Some of the final stats: the Lights ended up shooting 57%, Bruins 50% from the three-point line. Both teams didn't shoot very well. Lights with 35%, Bruins with 31%. And free throws were a big thing in the game for the Bruins, getting 30 free throws, 30 for 39 on the game. Lights only 15 to 21, but turnovers, not the biggest thing, but some of those big ones at the end, those 2 right on the line. Then with the turnover from the Bruins, Lights gave them right back, 12-8 differential there. And look at some of the scorings here from both teams. Maxwell led the way for.
Let's get it refreshed because sometimes that screen doesn't. Now we're going to have. Computers can be wonderful things, but they can also be pains in the neck.
Yeah, Maxwell ended up finishing with 20 points, adding with 3 assists and 2 rebounds. Austin Ramos with 12 points, the leading scorer coming into this game. Leon Sayers kind of came out a little early in that second half, ended up getting 5 personal fouls, scored 16. Gillette, he was a very good piece off the bench for him, scoring 18 points, and also with Holacek scoring 19 for the Bruins, and the scores for them. J.J. Montgomery with 4 big points. He didn't score at all till the end, but those 4 free throws were some of the biggest free throws in the game, so good to see JJ do that. Ahmad Bynum, again, another game with 20 points, scoring 23 in this game on 8 of 18 shooting. Jaden Phillips adding with 22, and RJ Smith hasn't gotten to that 20-point mark too much this season, getting 21 tonight, 6 rebounds, Liam adding 6. Some of the bench players, Jermaine Halliburton, we're hoping that he ends up being okay, end up hitting his forehead there, but with 2 points, we'll probably have to ask Coach Gabriel if he has any updates on Jermaine Halliburton. But Akolin Nagor, another really good piece in 6 minutes, scored 10 points, went 4 for 7. Dang Jaw added 3, and Jake Lena added 2 points.
Bruins down on the floor celebrating with some of the youth teams that are here today, signing some autographs, slapping some hands, and looks like posing for some photos as well. Nice to see the youngsters. They've always been a part of Bellevue basketball. We've had them at the old Lozier Center and now here at the new Fieldhouse. So getting that taste for basketball at an early age and continuing all the way through grade school, high school, college, and beyond as well.
Yeah, that's just awesome to see, trying to just provide for youth through all this, all the players being down there with big smiles. And, hey, they got to see a win in a fun basketball game.
That's what basketball's all about, the competitiveness of both teams on display here tonight. The Bruins being able to come away, making the plays in crunch time to win it 93-88. Again, we want to remind you of a full slate of athletic activities tomorrow here at the Fieldhouse. It starts at 1 o'clock with the Bellevue women's volleyball team hosting the opening round of the NAIA National Volleyball Tournament against Columbia College. The winner of that will advance to the final site for the final 24 teams in Sioux City, Iowa. And then we'll take down the volleyball net and put up the basketball hoops as the Bruins women take on the University of Providence tomorrow at 5 o'clock, and the Bellevue men take on the Argos at 7 o'clock. So 3 big games, matches, whatever for you here. A couple of final texts in the queue. Let's go, Jadens. Finish strong, Bruins. Jermaine's family is praying everything is okay. Again, he went to the locker room, and that's all we know at this point. Big time block. Lock it in, Bruins, and RJ keep dominating in the paint. Go 55. Love from Dad. And go Bellevue from San Juan Bautista in California. All right, thanks everybody for playing along with us tonight. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We'll hold it here for 1 more minute to see if Coach Gabriel's going to be able to come up.
You know, kind of having all those kids on the court might be a little bit more of a talk in the locker room after that one. I mean, a good high-intensity game. Kind of looking back at some of the keys that the Bruins had before this game. You know, they wanted to win the rebound more than they did today. 34 rebounds for the Bruins, 27 for the Lights. They wanted to shut down some of their big scorers. Ramos did a really much better job in the second half, but still kind of went down his season average of usually 17, hold him to 12.
That's always one of the things that as a coach, you said, do you give the leading scorers their points and concentrate on everybody else, or do you put a concentrated effort on the top guys and hope the other guys don't step up in their stead?
And another thing was passing the ball around. Bruins only with 9 assists on this game, a bit lower than their average, usually at 18.5. Both teams really didn't really pass the ball that well. Only 11 for the Lights, 9 assists for the Bruins, but you know, when you shoot 57 and 50%, you can't be too upset about it.
Another nice offensive night. 93 points for the Bruins, 88 for the Lights. I think we're going to call it a night here. Coach Gabriel down in the locker room with his team. We'll try to have Jimmy catch up with him tomorrow evening as we bring this one to a close. The Bruins now remaining undefeated, 7-0 on the year, 2-0 in conference play with that 93-88 victory tonight. For Jake Janicek, I'm Mick Krupski. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll be back tomorrow for more sports action right here on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Good night.